Good morning. Sorry. Good evening. Each of us here have a job to do. Mine is to talk, and yours is to listen. The challenge for me is to finish my job before you finished yours. Tonight, our theme is inspiration, and I will explain to you how my story, or a story about, in fact, it's a story. It's a story about a child who might have thought everything was going well for him, and it wasn't really that case. Now, not very long ago, I met a boy. The boy thought he had everything going well for him. He thought he was the epitome of everything. He thought everyone loved him. He thought he was a Mr. Know-it-all. He thought everyone was his best buddy. However, the catch here is that he thought he didn't know. And now see, when this boy, the fact that he didn't know that everyone was just what we might call today fake, he still managed to push through. And in grade 7, this boy just entered high school, and being so naive, he did not know what most of his elder students spoke to him about. He did not know what people's prompts to him were. He did not understand what people were speaking to him about, because he was just so lost in this world of just taller, bigger, meaner looking kids. And it's just something that was new to him, and he didn't know how to move through this. One day, he decided, he was standing at his locker, and clearly these bunch of elder students, does not know what grade they're from, but these elder students walked up to him, and they almost prompted him to fight. And they didn't really understand that this kid had already had issues with himself. He didn't accept himself. It was just an idea of trying to fit in. He was trying to fit into a place where he felt he couldn't. And when they prompt this fight, the kid decided, all right, I can fight back. And so he tries, and that's the first and the last time he had almost got suspended in the school. Then year 8 comes along, and he's more friendly with the school. He's got a few friends, and he knows a few people. But even though it was one of the most social years of his life yet, what happens is most of his teachers had disregarded him. Most of his friends antagonized him. And people did not really understand. Well, he didn't understand why people kept bugging him about the way he looked, about his weight, about almost, it was just he didn't understand why people were commenting on the way he walked and the way he carried himself. And again, being in year 8, not many people in year 8 know what's happening. Not many people in year 8 understand that there are people that judge you upon your looks and how you carry yourself, because that's what happens. It's reality. And then comes year 9, okay? And year 9 was one of the most difficult years for this child, because year 9 was the year where he gets into this kid's at the prime stage of secondary school, and teachers decide to put pressure on him because he's one of these kids that are always doing everything, and then decided that I'm in my secondary, I'm at the prime stage of my secondary school, and I'm doing so much. It's good for me. That's what he thought, and he did not realize how much academic pressure there was, including his activities and all the other things he decided to do. And that was the year when he most needed friends. However, most of his friends were in similar situations. Most of them were trying to fight for that extra, trying to fight for that A star. They're trying to fight for that. Oh, I'm a student council representative. Everyone's trying to get there, and so was he. Now he walks into his art lesson one day, and this day he wasn't feeling himself. He always comes to school with a smile on his face, but this day wasn't feeling himself. And so he walks into school and he decides, if you let it, Rocky Balboa, by the way. So that's when it got to him. That's when he heard those words, when he heard him speak. I think it's just a little enigma that popped into the kid's head and decided, okay, let's go. Let's get this going. You can't live this way. You gotta change. You gotta show them what you are, because you are better than that. You are better than a child that is being criticized. You are better than someone that is being disregarded. You are better than just anybody. You are not just, and nobody is just anybody. Everybody is somebody. Everybody, today I stand here, I am Milan, and in the audience, you are you. And you gotta emphasize that you. So, not only did he improve on himself academically, he pushed for those 2 marks. He made sure he had a habit to build an interest in activities. He made sure that he set himself on the top. He made sure that a C wasn't fine. He made sure that anything below an A was wrong. He made, in his head, anything below an A was a fail. And so he pushed for those academic merit achievements. And then that summer, oh Lord, that was the best. He was introduced to the gym. And he made sure that that gym was his home. He lived there, he ate there, if he could, he'd watch TV while doing push-ups. Alright? So, this is what happens. He spends a whole summer in the gym. Because all of that pressure from the last 3 years couldn't be bottled down, couldn't be kept underneath that smile anymore. It needs to change. And after that point, he decides, no matter what, rain or shine, gym, no gym, cold, hot, he trained. He trained every day, and in fact, you can ask his parents, he was mad. He trained no matter what. He used to wake up before school and go for a run. Come back after school, eat, rest, train. Do his homework, train, shower, sleep. That was his day. Because one of those things that really bug people is when people look at you and tell you, no, you can't carry yourself. Because that can be passed on. That's like a torch. It can be passed on, and it can light other people and just give them the idea of, no, he doesn't carry himself. And in high school, many people just believe what the majority of the grade says. Oh, he's cool. He goes to parties. He's cool. And so everyone thinks, he's cool. And that's how it works. So what happens is, after his change, he comes to school, and that's it. Everyone's just amazed. And guys, today that child stands here on this stage. I just want to tell you guys that it's not about believing or taking what anyone else has to say about you. In fact, you all should change that. And now this is my story. Don't you guys want a story? Yeah. In fact, let me let you in a little secret. Everyone here, no matter how old you are, has a story. And in that story, everyone is that kid. Everyone is that kid that's always critical. No matter, your story, everyone's writing their story. But you're always that kid. You're always that kid that's criticized, the kid that, you can think whatever, I'm judged, no one likes me, everyone's fake. That everyone's that kid. And everyone's story, they're the ones with the trouble, and they're the ones with the burden, and yeah, and that's how it is. However, it is not until you change that you start a new chapter of that book, that you start the good bits of the book. When you start reading a book and you see, oh yeah, the intro is quite boring. For example, I remember I read Silverfin. Oh my God, it's an awesome book. It's about James Bond when he was young, but it's boring in the beginning. But it's not until he goes into this lagoon, finds silverfish, that it gets interesting. And that's how it should be with our stories. Everyone here has a story writing for them. Everyone's making that. And when you change, you will not want to put down that book. You will You will run. You just want to write and write and write and write. No one's ever going to want to put down their pen and close that book. And all I want to say to all the people in this room today is, I want to because I can. I can because they said I couldn't. And the more they say you cannot, the more you can. Honestly, the people that can and cannot are both right. And it's up to you guys in this room to say you can, no matter what it is. It could be academic goals, it could be aesthetical goals, it could be any goal. It could be your IB short-term goals, anything. The minute you say you can and get on with it, you will. And you will not want to stop. Guys, thank you.